So Futureman season 2 was amazing. Like, it was amazing. If you've seen season 1 was so good. It was just so, I don't even know how to describe it because there's nothing else on TV like it. Um, Quick recap of season 1. Josh starts playing a game and he beats the game, but he doesn't know that it's a recruiting tool for people from the future to find a savior to help them save the future. So they come back and they enlist him into helping them stop this big major thing that's gonna mess up their future. So long story short, they go through a whole bunch of craziness and they end up destroying the building. And he gets arrested. They go back to the future, and that's where it ended. So this season started out where he was in jail and he saw the flash like they were coming back, and all of a sudden he's in some kind of simulation, and basically they're trying to find a way to save now the current future because they created a whole alternate timeline. Um, so they're there. They're like, you don't see the past. You see the past for a tiny second in one of the later episodes, but they're in the future for the most of it. Um, well, it turns out now instead of the black guy from the Cronish from the season 1 they were trying to stop, as they stopped it, but now his little assistant or apprentice is now the foe in this new reality, and he is now a simulation himself, and he has everybody convinced that he's going to relocate them to Mars, which what they don't know is that Mars is to get them into his reality, his what does he call it? I forgot, but the Mars, but it's not actual Mars. It's his simulation. He's trying to get everybody into so he can control everybody. So of course they ended up stopping all of that, but in while they're doing that, they created well, they busted in and they arrested the three of them, Josh, Tiger, and Wolf, for time travel crimes, and now they're in the year 31 or 34 something. And he explains to them that every time he did that 11-second loop, he created a new timeline and a new dimension to where each of the Joshes are going back and wreaking havoc, basically. And they have destroyed this whole system out in space. So now they destroyed a whole bunch of planets, a whole bunch of life forms from the stuff that they have done. And he says to them that, everything that they've done in the past had absolutely no effect on their future. It just created an alternate timeline. That future still exists, but now there's another future that's different. And he shows them the chart of how much different timelines he created and how all the Joshes, you know, broke off into their own timeline and did some terrible things and created a horrible future, basically. And he's talking to the three of them and trying with this Susan guy, and he's trying to get them to flip on each other and kill each other, but they hold up and they instead sacrifice themselves for the other two, and it shows that it was a setup for this huge game show they have going on in the future, and they're going to be trying to escape death and running and escaping death, and that's where it ended. I was kind of like ticked because it was getting so good, and now we have to wait a whole nother year for a new season. But it was really, 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 really good. Like, the thing about Futureman is that it's like hilariously. It's not like grab your belly and roll on the floor funny. It's this stupid, silly kind of funny, and it just every the things they say in everyday life is just ridiculous, and the things they do is just ridiculous. But it has a good story behind it and a good plot and a good resolution. So it's an excellent show. Like, out of 5, I would definitely give it a strong 4. A strong 4. But yeah, you guys should check it out. It was really good. Like, really good.